Mickey, and Maverick. We saw a sub last game. We have no subs this game, so all the players that will be playing are the players on the team, which we're very, very happy to see. And we'll see if they have any interesting strategies up their sleeve. We do also have Wrda in the voice chat here, trying to be a little bit of a cheater. Might have to move him over. And there he goes. I was just kidding about the cheater part. All right.
Yeah, the second game will be between Wrda and Team Pimpyoshi. That will uh, contain 4 players. It's Pimp, Silver Drake, Mickey, and Maverick.
Looks like we are going to have Terra as the ban here for the Infernal team. They're going to receive the Terra ban. And then we have a Ranger and Warrior ban here for the Int side, or that's which Ints are banned. Um, Interesting. Looks like Wrda got sick of the Ranger harassment from
Yeah,
last game, the straw waves, so he does not want to see that again.
that was also my thought about the Ranger class after the previous game. And I bet that Wrda will pick his favorite Infernal, Darkness, again. And uh, he knows how to play it pretty well. He picks it quite often in regular games. And I think this is a fitting Infernal versus 4 players.
Mm-hmm. We do see the Darkness again. We also see the run back. Darkness Ares a second time here. One thing is, in the event that Ares was ever banned, there are quite a few strong hunting Infernals. You know, it's common that we see Burden or Blaze as well. But I think I'd be surprised to see him switch off that Ares. I actually will say.
Pimpyoshi escapes the island after picking up the rune.
One thing that we've seen here from both teams is we've instantly seen one int go into each corner. We do see Maverick in the top left. We're going to see Mickey in the top right. Pimpyoshi going towards bottom right, but did leave it rather quickly to go up to top right, as well as Silver Drake in the bottom left. So each int split into a different direction. With there being 4 ints, makes a lot of sense there. Very logical.
Indeed, this is a nice tactic, and they will prevent Wrda from pushing the ants to the edges of the map, because they will get corners, they will get control over the corners, and already there is a bolt checking the bottom left island and generating threat for Silver Drake.
Drake did pop down a lot of resource farms. He's gonna continue to build them, so he doesn't know the bolt is right around the corner.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carpe, but
of
Mickey is carrying Golden Ant, and I believe that there should be an anti-ant command at the beginning
You are
of the
correct.
game.
All right, he is gonna drop it there.
Mickey is in danger, and he manages to quickly blink to the next island, where they is bold fired Silver Drake's farms and made him leave the island, switch his position. Maverick is getting up a few resource storages around the map.
We do have one Dragon Ball here on Silver Drake. I believe that's the only one that they've found so far.
Silver
no, I'm
and
sorry,
Mickey.
Mickey does have one as well.
Yeah.
Picking up the next one, looks like it's going to be right next to the waterfall there. So far, we are seeing just a traditional start here. We're seeing all the ends spread out, you know, really just kind of get their income up. Wrda trying to establish a little bit of map control. So far, he has set back Silver Drake's income quite a bit. But other than that, pretty standard here.
And now that Dragon Ball got pinged by ants, but unfortunately Wrda is nearby so they cannot
Wrda,
reach it.
Wrda is nearby. There was also an eagle that scouted from the inside, but Wrda goes ahead, kills that eagle, doesn't let them have that vision. We'll see how many resources he really puts into camping that Dragon Ball. Last game, he put an okay amount. It wasn't a huge amount that he put into it, but he did try to prevent them for some time. So far this game, I don't see any skeletons heading towards it, so he might just ignore it entirely.
A rune of random was
When we take a look,
preventively destroyed by Wrda. Mickey is under threat. Wrda is smelling blood in the water right now. Mickey has got his blink on cooldown. And in the last second, he hit the deck. He got saved by Pimp. Wrda now has a glyph of talents to pick a talent.
does go down, does get instantly saved. Instantly saved. I want to reiterate that because it was. I don't even think he was in mid for a second. So Pimpyoshi was ready, prepared to get his teammate back in the game. I really just want to reiterate this micro here that we're seeing from Wrda. We're seeing bolts, cast wards, full clear in the bottom left corner, not just AFK tree hit while his main Infernal is running around and catching. So he is swapping back and forth between these Infernals like a madman.
Right. And now we can see that all four ants are taking their positions at the top part of the map. They're grouping up.
They are. They are grouping up. They're pretty close to each other. Wrda's nowhere to be found. He's searching the bottom part of the map, but still not really ideal because it's not going to give them a quick route to retake space. Once Wrda does clear out that bottom part of the map, someone's going to have to run over there. Could result in them walking through a ward. Also, it's going to result in a lot of farms in a pretty tight-knit area, which once Wrda does head up there, which is inevitable, he's going to get some income. So
Wrda is sending his skeletal warrior to the bottom right part of the map. Already two skeletons there, and he got some initial items like Staff of Teleportation and a Crystal Ball for his main Infernal.
yeah, it looks like he is going to be camping that Dragon Ball. A kind of a tough spot to camp it though. It is going to be on the low ground right next to a little hill. Probably why we see two skeletons over there, because he knows that that's tough to camp. Also looks like the skeleton is struggling to get on top of that Dragon Ball. But he's going to try to camp it nonetheless. We do see Silver Drake heading that way. Silver Drake does know that the Dragon Ball is over there. I'm assuming that's where he's heading, but first might set up a little bit of an escape route for himself. Dropping that sentry, probably going to drop an Invis tree next. Nope, some resources. So looking more for map control or retaking that area rather than just going for the Dragon Ball. We do see Mickey popping some resources right there in the middle left part of the map. Interesting spot to drop some resources, really easy for them to be killed. But hey, put them everywhere. That way that it takes just a little bit longer for Wrda to go around the map, and you know where he's going if you have vision there and something. We do see Silver Drake heading up towards those skeletons. He does see the skeleton. Looks like he takes a second to think about it. I do think that Dragon Ball is clickable. So Silver Drake actually could snag that Dragon Ball away from that skeleton that's sitting there, but he won't go for it. Also a Shade to his north. Shade doesn't see him. I don't believe he sees the Shade either.
And so far we have the first rider end of the game, and it's Ghost Rider.
We do. Yeah, another rider int. So far, both teams have picked up a rider int. Rider ints, I would argue, is a rather selfish int to play. It's more about keeping yourself alive than it is offering support to the team. But, this is a game about survival, so keeping yourself alive is never a bad thing.
Yeah, indeed. Sometimes you can keep your ant alive till the end of the game, share your resources with your teammates. Just escape the chases and win a lot of time for your team in the end.
It's true. A distraction means that he's doing something, which means your teammates have more space to do what they're doing. So that always is a good thing. I also just want to quickly point out Wrda's ward placement on the southeast island here. He is going to place it right there on that corner, which means any int that starts going up that ramp is going to get seen by that ward. Very tricky spot, hard for the int to kill without getting themselves in a bad spot.
Yeah, you're right.
Maverick is going to go scout, so we're going to see a scout int here as the second int class picked up.
A nice old Priest of Dawn custom skin for Maverick. Looks pretty noticeable.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe Maverick got that from participating in another tournament. So I think that was the winning of the tournament skin, actually, if I do recall. So take a look at that when you have a second. Looking rather gold.
Pimp has got his starting items on Horn and Django with boots.
Oh, Wrda is chasing Pimpyoshi here. Pimpyoshi does get the blink off. He is the rider in, so he's a little bit harder to catch, like we mentioned before. Gonna slip away. We don't see a far sight on his head after he blinks, and he does blink right into an Abyss tree, but he's gonna circle back to it.
Yeah.
But it looks like he will get away.
Rider ants don't move faster than regular ants, guys. They just have windwalk ability that gives you additional speed and invisibility.
It's a temporary movement speed increase, but the base movement speed is still the same. He is going to walk through two separate wards there, walking towards that Dragon Ball. Once again, Dragon Ball is clickable. We'll see if he tries to get a sneaky click on it. Oh, go blinks. Gets away a second time.
Yeah, Pimp didn't decide to risk and running away from Bolt. I believe that Wrda will leave this Bolt at this position.
I think you're right as well. You can see that he is continuously microing that Bolt. Oh, does he see the invisibility tree casted invisibility right next to Bolt? Hard to catch that because it looks like he was most likely microing his main Infernal at the time. But that does give a moment of a sound cue.
Another attempt from Pimpyoshi to get this Dragon Ball. And Wrda's Bolt with 3 Goblin landmines is already on the way.
Bolt is there.
Bolt is there. Wrda is controlling the island. And made Pimp blink away again.
Another sneaky escape. I do think Wrda's spending a lot of time camping this Dragon Ball in the bottom right corner. If you notice, it's allowing Mickey to get some firm control over the bottom left. It's really allowing Silver Drake to get a lot of income there in the top right. The more time he spends microing... Oh, he's going to step on a mine. Does pay off in the end for him there. That is a benefit of this solo Infernal rule set. He can drop those mines as soon as the game starts. So... You know, he uses it very well there, I will say. Instantly saved, though. Maverick ready to go with the saves.
Yeah, quite an easy save from Maverick. The first hero of the game by Silver Drake, and it's Illidan. Illidan is a melee hero, however, it can transform into Demon level 6, and it has windwalk ability, and it is quite fat. It is quite hard to kill. A tanky hero.
One thing that you'll notice, especially from more experienced Infernals, is they know that if they can't path somewhere, there's an invisible unit blocking them. If their Infernal takes a little sidestep to the left when they're trying to run up a ramp or run through a corridor, they know that they just walked past somebody that was invisible. So a lot of the time you'll see a quick dust used right when that sidestep happens. I thought we might see that right there with Maverick, but that's also the part, or maybe a difficult part of having two Infernals, is you're not always looking at your main Infernal. So he must have missed it there. And Maverick does get away without a dust used.
Maverick's Fury is ready. Oh, and now we see Runa End from Pimp.
Our allies' town needs help.
We do see a Runit, yeah. Two scouts and a Runit. Very different strategy than what we saw last time. Looks like they are really going for vision control here. Scout Int does allow you to upgrade those sentry towers to become owl nests, which will continuously build owls, which just provides your team with some extra vision to keep track of those infernals. We also see Maverick standing next to a rune of shielding there with Wrda close by. So in the event that Wrda sniffs him out, he can grab that rune of shielding, and he is very tanky. There we go. Does pick it up. Plus 200 armor, 92% damage reduction. He will not go down in 1 or 2 hits.
Wrda found
Wrda
Pimpyoshi.
does see
Pimpyoshi is under his observation ward range.
The ult. Oh, but he is going to get seen by that last reveal. I think there's a good chance we see Pimpyoshi go down here. Bolt is going to be wrapping around to the left while the main Infernal does come down. Oh, but he misses it. Oh, he still has him revealed, actually, but not anymore.
Wrda spent a lot of reveals and a lot of resources to catch him. And Pimpyoshi escaped. He's alive, and he had Wand of the Wind that could save him when the bolt was near.
Without a doubt. It did look like he had Darkness 2 on him, so he should have been completely revealed. And then Wrda pops up with a huh. So I think Wrda just missed it because he was visible.
I was switching to the Wrda's vision, and after that game we can just see the VODs, and on the VODs we'll see how he tried to catch the end. And one interesting little fact that 2 raging trees are already sitting in the middle. And this is kind of annoying, and will make Wrda eventually destroy them and send some units.
It will indeed. And we're seeing a lot of time, effort, and energy from both teams put into trying to get these Dragon Balls from this bottom right corner. Does seem like a huge percentage of the game is currently being played in that bottom right corner. And I know I said it a few minutes ago, but I want to point out that's allowing Mickey to really get some good income going. You can see that bottom middle island pretty covered in farms and wisps and a couple trios of life there. We also have some raging trees and pissed off trees sitting in the bottom left corner. So the more time they spend there, the longer that those farms are going to be sitting up. And, you know, it's kind of some extra room to breathe, we'll say, for the Int team. But also has resulted in a few deaths. So, and some Int team wasted time as well. But wasted time is what the Int team likes.
This Furion with uproot skills made Wrda to instantly buy an amulet of spell shield, and he also have lightning blade ready. A lot of archers
sending in a
go on.
Well, I was gonna say a little squadron heading up to try to kill that skeleton here. Hits the mine with the first archer.
By the way, Wrda's archer killed Furion. I mean mine killed Furion on the ramp, and he's not wasting mines. He's just placing, try to place them smartly, and he has just placed his last mine on the map.
Wrda still in the bottom right corner, continuously going back. It would be fascinating to see, even more income popping up on the top side of the map during this. But I think it's just keeping everybody busy being here in the bottom right corner.
Silver Drake already got Anchor for Incarnation and End Boots and 2 Dragon Balls in his pockets. 4 Dragon Balls
It's true.
are carried by Pimpyoshi. They
And if
only
you look
need
at the
this.
income, we have what?
They only need this last Dragon Ball for the wish. Oh, 25 minutes left, and
Our allies
I think that where they delayed the wish for quite a long time.
Yeah, he has, without a doubt. But if we take a look at the income, we do see Mickey 331, Maverick 347, Silver Drake 353, Pimpyoshi struggling a little bit there, down at 23. But Pimpyoshi is playing the Runent. The Runent is another class that really does not need a lot of income to be impactful. He can drop that totem, I believe it's called, or pillar. I forget exactly the name of it there.
Yeah,
He can drop the pillar, teleport his teammates to it, and I'll tell you what, that's free. So it doesn't need any income.
And here it is. It's actually a rune of recall.
Rune of recall. There we go.
That's because it's a rune.
That makes sense.
Our allies' town needs help.
We are seeing Wrda now start to clear out that top right corner. He also has Bolt in the bottom left corner, finally clearing out those farms that were there for quite some time for Mickey. If you take a look at the colors on the map, it's largely blue. We're seeing a lot of blue all over the map. So we'll see if Wrda starts to shut that down.
Yeah, definitely there is a lot of blue. Mickey is spreading his influence around the map, and it is really hard to kill and destroy his income. His farms are really well spread all around.
And a beautiful play there by Maverick. Hard to catch, but what he did is he had his Furion, who summoned the Treants from the trees and then body blocked the Infernal, preventing Wrda from chasing after. It was actually Pimpyoshi that was being chased. So Maverick creates the space with those Treants, body blocking for his teammate. Well played there by Maverick.
Pimpyoshi is carrying his Dragon Balls to Silver Drake, and I hope soon we'll see the first wish of the game.
Wrda going for Outposts and Sentry upgrade. He wants that reveal there in the center of the map. He wants a little bit more vision. Once again, we're not seeing a lot of skeletons on the map. I feel like so much time was wasted here. Oh, hold on, timeout. Mickey might be revealed. We do see a teleport from the main Infernal over to the darkness, which is going to keep Bolt in place for some time and allow enough space for that Rider End to sneak away.
Our allies' town.
And that was the Cloak of Invisibility.
Oh.
Cloak of Invisibility
Okay.
for Pimpyoshi. Now he's pretty fat, and I think that giving him extra HP will allow him to better to stay alive longer, and thus better controlling the pace of the game within saving his teammates with the Rune of Recall, not paying a lot of attention to his own end.
It's true. Mickey now, with that Cloak of Invisibility, if he just leaves his end standing still, he will just naturally fade to invisible. Very strong benefit there. On top of the HP and the casting to be able to go invisible as well. So,
actually, he passed. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Actually, he passed his Cloak of Invisibility to Mickey.
To Mickey now, yep.
I thought that it was best to leave the cloak for Rune End.
I do also like it on the Rider end, though. It's good for both. It's definitely good for both. The Rider should be the one that's distracting. That's his main job, should be the one that's getting chased and slipping away. So putting it on the Rider end gives him the ability to do that even more. Oh, we do see Wrda teleport. Oh, it almost gets it off. that right there, what we just saw, is the downside of switching your Infernal. Takes a second, causes that little bit of delay, doesn't get the Cyclone on the target.
I'm trying to find some random mines on the map where they has laid one and has the last one in his pocket. So Drake's hero dies.
An allied
Ooh,
champion
I
has
think
fallen.
Bolt may have just seen Mickey there. Might be in the vision of Bolt. We'll see if Wrda reacts to it.
The
Does
bolt.
use that cloak of invisibility to go invisible for a second. Short blink. One thing that I am a little bit concerned about with this tournament, but we made sure we switched the teams, is as the games go on, Wrda might, his fingers might get a little bit tired. His micro might slow down a little bit playing high intensity Infernal games one after the next.
But I'm pretty sure that for such a professional player and
Our
best
allies'
community
town
worker,
needs help.
this this is just nuts for him, and he's ready for many games.
Just another day on the job for Wrda here. That's true. That is true, but
Our allies' town needs help.
we're down to 19 minutes remaining. We still do only have those 2 deaths. I would say Int Team is doing a very good job of just spreading out the map, going everywhere that Wrda leaves, getting slippery little escapes, and then establishing more and more map control. Pretty much the opposite, actually, of what we saw last game. Last game, we saw very little map control, very little vision, and instead just high micro. Oh, he is going to get seen there. Excuse me. Need to drink some water. But we're seeing just constant retaking the areas that Wrda leaves.
Our allies' town needs help.
Indeed, the previous game was more intense in terms of pace, and it was a bit flashier, and ants were relying on microcontrol better, and this game is just more safe, and ants are playing neatly.
Yeah, more neat. I think that's a great way to put it. Very much agree, and I do think that's something that this scout int is providing. That vision, just to be able to track where the Infernal is, really gives your team just that a few extra seconds of notice before they result to be in any sort of danger. And with those extra couple seconds, they can take the time to position themselves in a spot that they have a nice escape route, rather than just having to result into outplaying mechanically and just sneaking out because of skill. Instead, it's sneaking out because of preparation. Well, it's a little bit of both, obviously, but I think my point still stands.
Yeah, I think you're right. And right now, Pimpyoshi is heading towards the middle of the map to save Maverick. Infernal Machine pops out in the middle.
Ooh, and is it going to see Maverick here? Maverick does regrow short blink there. No skeletons. I think that's one big difference here between this game and last game is the number of units that we saw on the map from the Infernal side. Right now, very few units. Wrda sitting on 17,000 gold. He's only has 13 out of 100 of his food population spent. I would really like to see some more units, potentially even manually upgrading the skeletons here. For a little bit of a refund once that automatic upgrade does come through. Sitting just on that low amount of skeletons on the map, I think, is allowing the Ents to have a little bit more space. Taking a look back at the classes, we're seeing double Scout, Rune, Runner. Ooh, almost gets the Cyclone there on Maverick, but Maverick is going to slip away right down into the river. I do think Wrda knows that he's in the river. Maverick going to drop that sentry tower in case Ares goes invisible to chase him. However, he's not looking for the chase. Looks like he decided that Maverick got away. However, Oh, does drop the ward and
That
blink
was a
right back
nice word.
into that.
Just right in his
That
face. And Maverick is in danger,
mhm.
and where they decided to teleport his bolt, and he
And
got
will go
completely
down.
smashed.
He did. And we do see Pimpyoshi preparing, going right in for the save there. If you notice, Pimpyoshi has created a nice little route through the trees that he can walk through,
Our
but
allies' town
doesn't
needs
go
help.
that way.
5 Dragon Balls
Gonna
on
come in.
Pimpyoshi.
Yeah, 5 Dragon Balls on the guy going into mid to save. A little bit risky, but will pay off for him this time. 5 Dragon Balls down in mid would be a tough spot for Ints if they ever want another wish.
Yeah, definitely.
Our allies' town needs help.
And I still don't see anywhere the Rune of Recall, and we haven't seen it being used, I think, this game.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think he's saved any of his teammates quite yet. It is down. It's going to be central-ish bottom right corner, but just north of the river.
Where they tried to kill Silver
But yes.
Drake, he found his base.
Our
He's already carrying 2 ones of his side. I mean 2 charges.
Mm-hmm. Also, Wrda going with the crystal ball on both of his infernals does have the amulet of spell shield on darkness. With no ranger int on the other side, amulet of spell shield might not pay off for him. However, it always does help with that cyclone staff, so could see the benefit from it. But with the double crystal ball and 2 infernals and a bolt, we're looking at 5 separate casts of Farsight. So with 5 options for Farsight, Wrda really can establish that vision very quickly. With that, we're down to 45% of the trees remaining on the map. So the more that those trees really take down and the less we're growing that we see, the more benefit that we're going to see from those far sights. Being able to run somewhere freely and check every single escape route with long range vision is going to allow him to really hunt and corner somebody. And let's not forget that we have an Ares on the map as well. So there is no running from Ares. He will outrun you.
allies' town needs help.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to escape from Ares is just to see it running and blink away.
Mm-hmm. But if he has 5 far sights, he's going to see your blink and he will still likely catch you. As this game goes on, just those far sights and the lack of trees might become more and more of a problem. However, 43% trees remaining with 13 minutes left on the clock is pretty normal. So I can't say that they're in necessarily a bad spot by any means. We just got to see if Wrda's able to get those trees down, because we're seeing 443 from Silver Drake, 408 from Maverick. Those are relatively low regrowing numbers. Not none, but there's the nature staff. So I think they've realized exactly what we're talking about here. They're realizing getting the trees back on the map is going to give them a lot of space in these last 13 minutes.
Yeah, and already Wrda's bolt is packed with items. All 6 slots are busy, and his main Infernal has also all slots packed up. And I think that Wrda will be saving for another bolt, just like he did in the previous game.
I think you're right. I'm surprised that we haven't seen that second bolt come out yet. It's taken a lot longer this game than it did last game. So I think that's also one of the reasons why we're not seeing quite the same map control. It's hard to judge exactly here, but maybe it's a combination of that not having that third bolt as well as those 2 scout ints are resulting in just a lot more vision and control over the map from the inside.
Yeah, I think that this game we had a lesser amount of farms and a lesser amount of feed, because in the previous game was a huge kill on Paul, and he gave a lot of gold to Wrda.
Our allies' town needs
That's
help.
true. That big kill on Paul, fairly early mid game, did give him that spike for that bolt. And I do want to point out right there, I'm not sure if we missed it, but we do see a Rune of Recall to save Silver Drake. Save might be a little bit of a strong word. He was in a little bit of danger.
Yeah.
Wrda did reveal him. He walked outside of the range and then got rid of recalled by Pimpyoshi. So that Runent is used for a good play at least one time that I've seen here.
Our allies' town needs help.
Yeah, now this rune of recall paid off, and where they had to halt his chasing.
We are seeing Bolt in the bottom left corner. We do have Darkness on the right peak, which standing there is not the most impactful, but it looks like he is currently microing Bolt. Maybe he's waiting for his Sentry Ward cooldown to come back up. It is going to be moved there now.
Allies' town needs help.
It seems like where they tried to isolate the bottom left islands, he has a nice spread of skeletons there, Bolt clearing out everything, and also the right bottom part of the map
Allies' town
is ant free, so the ants are just getting closer and closer to the edges of the top right part of the map.
They are, yes. Firm control on the left side, firm control on the bottom. Really pretty firm control on the right side here as well. So the Ints are all being forced up to the top left. Looks like they're trying to retake over towards left side right now.
Yes.
We do see Fellhounds heading that way. So we'll see if Wrda is going to sniff it out, get a quick teleport over there, maybe a kill. However, we also see Huntresses going into that left side island. With that, they're trying to retake it. You know, Wrda seems to know. And the Nature Staff is going to go off here on the left side of the map. I don't think Wrda is going to be able to get there in time. It does go off. 445 trees were grown. That's closer to what you're looking for. I would say a good Nature Staff, like a very good one. You can see those 600 trees were grown. 445, we're getting close to that.
Yeah, and that was pretty nice from Silver Drake to get Huntresses on top of this island. So the skeletons will fall and will not be able to clean
Allies' town needs
this island, to clear off the freshly grown trees of this island.
You can see how much space that Staff of Regrow just created for the Int team. They're now retaking that both left islands, really, or left island and then, I don't even know, the left swirl, we'll call it. So with both of those now going back to the Int's control, Wrda's going to have a tough time in the last 8.5 minutes to catch 4 Ints.
Two
Let's see about
Eridars
insights
in the
for-
middle. Go on.
We do see 2 Eridars in the middle. We do see 2 charges of Insight on Ares. We do see 2 charges of Insight on Bolt. So he's picking those up. Let's see what the cooldown is. So,
And what is
I
also
imagine-
too, we see 2 Dragon Balls and Mickey is getting chased by Wrda, and Wrda is yeah. That was a
big kill
pretty
there. That
big
was
kill.
on the runner Int as well. It's important to note because the runner Int should be the one, or it's ideally the Int that's the last one alive. So getting that runner Int captured with those double Eridar stacks in mid, but we're going to see Raging Trees head to mid right away, already prepared. Eridar is not quite looking yet. Ooh, I think they're going to get the save and then go down. Yep, and we don't see any stun come out from the Eridars. And he will walk away. So the runner Int is back on the map. The rider Ints. The once again, going to talk about which Ints need more and less income. The rider Int doesn't need a lot of income to use his abilities. So, you know, he can always press, I believe it's E, turn invisible and run a little faster.
Yeah, that's right. And now we can find 3 Dragon Balls lying on the grass on the middle bottom island. Seems like Pimpyoshi will pick them up with his rune ant. Wrda is packing up his boat with items, getting watch awards. He's got a lightning blade on his bolt and a lightning blade on his darkness.
Our allies' town needs help.
Maverick's hero is standing still with nature stop with 2 charges near the bottom left rune.
It is indeed. We do have Wrda nearby there. Does go ahead and use that dust. Doesn't quite catch Pimpyoshi with it, but he now does. He does going to cast Gamora. Gamora trying to hunt him down. Ooh, Rune does pop out there, but he is going to get caught. The Furion gonna try to get away there. Gonna drop that nature staff right there near mid. And Wrda gives him the old no.
That was really sad. That is a huge loss for Ants. 2 charges and Spend are lying close to the middle of the map where they can easily control it. Silver Drake.
Silver Drake is going to be revealed. We do see the skull go down. We are going to see the Ares ult pop out, and we are going to see Silver Drake's no maybe bite him in the butt as he quickly does get dropped by Ares there. We do have the revive, Infernal Killer silenced and dead. Excuse me.
In the meantime, Pimpyoshi was saved by Maverick, and both they are running away with half of their HP.
We're looking at just over 5 minutes remaining. 3 ints just recently died. That's going to be Maverick is really the only one that has a lot on the map here right now. If you take a look, bottom of the map cleared, left side of the map cleared, center, you know, he does have a couple pissed off trees around, a couple, you know, some farms around there, but that will go down fast here. So this is, we might see the Infernal start to snowball here with his map control as the ints start to lose it.
Yeah.
I will say that's the tough thing about Scout. Scout is great for map control until you die. Then all of a sudden, everything's gone.
Yeah, indeed. And Ants used this time while one of their fellow teammates was being hunted by Wrda. They used this time to escape from the middle, and Wrda didn't have enough control to use his Eridars to prevent the escapes.
We haven't seen a huge impact from those Eridars in mid. Seems like they're always just a little bit too slow every time here. Of course, that is the tough thing about solo Infernal. You know, you have to micro all of it. There's no you're chasing an int while someone else micros that Eridar for you. You know, that just won't happen.
And now we can see the second bolt. Maverick is in danger where Wrda's bolt is trying to chase him. The main Wrda is Infernal.
Yes, I think Wrda...
Huh? Go on.
I was going to say, I think Wrda has realized that Maverick is the target here. So it looks like he's maybe positioning 2 Infernals to get over there, but Maverick's probably going to slip out. There's an insight revealing his location. How many insights do we have here? We still have 2 on Darkness, 1 on bolt number 1, 0 on bolt number 2. So we're looking at 3 charges currently. Wrda heading up there. The Ares is heading up. The Ares is going to get the Cyclone off. Let's see if he swaps to Darkness for any more abilities here. He does not. He goes in for the sprinting in for the kill. Maverick's going to go down. I'm not sure on the blink cooldown on Maverick, but I don't believe he has it.
And here we go. Maverick finally hit the deck. And Mickey got revealed. He got found. Pimpyoshi is trying to prepare the way for his teammates to escape. Maybe he will create a rune of recall. A rune of recall is already there. An invisible tree is grown up.
Raging trees coming in from the right side as well. So I think what we're looking for here from the inside is they're going to try to save with the raging trees and instantly teleport them out with the rune int. We'll see. We do see Bolt run away from those raging trees. Just barely don't see them. Looks like that save will get off, and with Pimpyoshi being right next to it there with the rune int, he's going to teleport his teammate out, I believe. Maverick blinks instantly, blinks right to Pimpyoshi. Looks like Pimpyoshi decides that the rune of recall is not necessary, but in the meantime, Mickey is going to go down. I did miss that kill. A huge kill, because that's going to mean that ints have almost nothing left on the map. How many insights do we have? We still have 1 on 1 bolt, 0 on bolt number 2, and 2 once again on the main Infernal. So he will have multiple charges of insight locked, ready to go. 2 ints are revealed here. One's going to go in the sky. Second one is going to be seen here by the bolt. Does the bolt help lock down the first int, or does he try to micro to the second int? Going to sit in the water. So make sure he gets the kill on Pimpyoshi, and there's no mistakes there. while we see Bolt go up, Darkness wrap around. Let's see how many Farsight charges he has left to go. Oh, gets seen. That gets blinks right into a fell stalker on the top there, trying to slip out. Still gonna be visible. Fellstalker surround, and he is not getting out of this one, I don't think, here, Vildrino.
Yeah. One last chance, and Bolt uses Infernal Outpost to teleport. Now Silver Drake with only boots and 200 HP will try his hard to stay
comes
alive.
in with the double taunt again. That is just fascinating, isn't it? Oh, he gets him with the silence. Oh, he will go down.
And that's the game.
So we saw 3 seconds. Very good game. 3 seconds time remaining game 1. 39 seconds time remaining game 2. That does put Team Slay Jumper in the lead so far with, what, a 36-second lead. Let's make sure I write that down. But well played, honestly. I will say both teams have survived longer than what I originally expected here.
Yeah, well played both teams. And again, Wrda finished the ends before the time ran out. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be waiting you in the game number 3.